Could be larger than life, bigger than the world, living out the hopes and dreams of every boy and
Landline is one of those movies that actually, while it looks back to the 90s, also talks about the issues of our day. How people come together, how cultures come together, how we find our way through life. It feels like a kind of a foreign language film that might have shown in the festival in 1959 or 1975 or even 1995 when this movie is set.
So what's it like to be here at the San Francisco Film Festival?
Oh, it's really, really exciting. This is one of my very favorite cities to visit, and I was here for Obvious Child, the last movie I made with Gillian Robespierre and Elizabeth Holmes, so it's really nice to be back. Yeah.
I saw Obvious Child Critics' Choice Award back then. Congratulations. I just saw that, and then also Landline. I mean, what was it like getting reunited with Gillian? I mean, you could do 10 movies with her, right?
I could do as many as she will have. I will be in all of her movies forever as long as she will have me, yeah. It's always nice to work with someone again because you know them better and you can do a more specific job. Landline is really a film about owning your mistakes but not being defined by them, making sure that you learn from them. That's what mistakes are for. They're not to define us, but they are just to help us know more about how we should live. Gillian and Liz really got the 90s vibe just right. It's authentic without being like cloying or trying to be cutesy sweet, and the story is really satisfying and sort of heartbreaking, but very funny.
And it's in 1995, and that was back before cell phones. And people hung out at record stores and things like that. So today, in honor of Landline, I went to a used record store, and you want to see my stash, what I pulled?
Yeah.
All right, okay,
let's see. What do you got?
Right, okay, so
Well, you got some CDs.
I got three things. I got a cassette tape.
Bonnie Raitt, which, by the way, this is one of my favorite albums ever, and Have a Heart was my favorite song. Yeah, side 2, baby.
And then
That was one of my favorite songs.
this came out the year after 1995.
These are all my favorites.
I heard you have a Lily Allen thing or the Gary Sinise.
Oh, I love Gary Sinise. Mel Gibson, a little bit of work to do. Not great for the Jewish community, but love Ransom. I love Ransom.
And then finally, this is one of my favorite. I pulled this in the bargain bin.
You have really done some research. Okay. That's right. I saw this movie, Happiness, by Todd Solondz. It's a very wonderful but intense movie. When I saw it, I had smoked a little pot. I thought it was just a comedy, bought it for my parents as like a birthday present for my dad, then we watched it together, and it turns out it's more dark than I remembered. Still a great film. I don't feel bad.
We saw what Gillian can do in Obvious Child, and then do they kind of ramp it up? I mean, I think there was dancing in Obvious Child, and now there's even more dancing in Landline.
There are a couple of dance scenes. But yeah, I think it's it's written by Gillian, and she's incredible, and directed by Gillian as well, and Jenny's in it, so it's gonna be, it's gonna be amazing. But it's a completely different film and a different story, and I think that's what's really exciting about it, is that it's like a different look on life and struggles that are different than Obvious Child. But yeah, I think it's great. So I'm living in LA now, so I flew to New York for the audition because I loved it so much, and I was like, I have to be in person and just give it my best, shot. And then a couple of weeks went by, and I thought that I didn't get it, and then I got a call back, and within a couple of days after that, I figured out that I got the role. But I just assumed that I wasn't going to because of how excited I was about it, and yeah, I had seen Obvious Child and loved it, and it just felt way too surreal. So. Yeah.
Before or after the acoustic Toxic version by Britney Spears?
Oh, this is long after that. That was in high school. I don't know why it's still up there, but yeah, no, it was a couple of years later. But that gave me my start. So, talent show of high school. Yeah.
We have a super busy festival. It's the 60th, so we kind of blew it out. So we have a lot of famous people come in to do on-stage tributes and talks. We have some of the big documentaries of the day dealing with the biggest issues, with the biggest personalities. The president of the damn World Bank is coming to actually talk about, kind of health and global health and what the new functions are there. You'll also see amazing music and film programs. We have bands playing the old silent films, but some of the best bands I think in the world right now, like Asia Dub Foundation and Devotchka. And I really encourage people to come out to those. And then we're going to be kind of doing a closing night, which is going to be a new commission by us with the Kronos Quartet and Guy Madden, the great Canadian filmmaker, doing a tribute to San Francisco on film. It'll be amazing.
Awesome. The city's buzzing. Get the app. Check the website for daily updates.
Exactly. Check the app. Download the app first, then check it, and you're going to get daily updates, schedules, and you'll be able to watch movies if you become a member.